for things of that nature.
Surprise,
shocked.
surprise.
But I'm not in charge of that anymore.
I know how that is, Rebecca.
I know you do.
Oh, you're funny.
Missy, we'll have to.
I know how it
Are
is.
we all set?
Oh, we know.
All right. Welcome to the Warsaw Town Council. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'll be seated. All right, first thing on the agenda, councils, we have the approval of the consent agenda, and I think Mr. Forrest has a edit to suggest.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I do. At this time, I'd like to make a change under new business for let me get the right paper, for a business loan application for Teresa Nails.
All right.
And it's located at 421 Main Street.
Very good.
And that would be C from the
Okay.
new business.
All right. Councils, any other edits or suggestions to the agenda? In that case, I'd like to make here a motion to approve the edited agenda.
So move.
Do I have a second? All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, we have an agenda. Right off the bat, we're going to go right into public comment. Is there anyone that would like to speak tonight? Okay. Public comment is over, and we'll go right to reports. And I will defer my comments to a bit later. And Mr. Questenberry, you are on deck.
Great, thank you. Good evening, everyone. If you go ahead and go over to the reports section of your packets here. My memorandum is the first, and we'll start with item number 1, road diet update. As you can see with your travels within town, Route 60 is currently, repaving is underway. That should be complete within one more week, according to VDOT, and the new markings for the road diet traffic pattern will be permanently installed at that time. If temperatures maintain consistent levels above 40 degrees at night, the town will be able to install our new crosswalks as planned, and then if not, they will be delayed until spring. Item number 2, website upgrades. You want to go ahead and log in. You can read through that there, but we went ahead and we are online as of today. Is that right, Julia?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And our old website, I think, was around, oh gosh, over 10 years old. So I think this is a much nicer, more user-friendly addition. Sorry about that. As you can see, the front page here, we can have our community spotlights. We've already put more Southwest there, and we'll probably do trunk or treat and Christmas Town. If any residents have any suggestions, we're more than happy to put that on there. But I wanted to run through the main tabs up here: government, business, community, and then services. Government, you have your, we'll click here on town council.
Oh, good Lord.
And we have welcome
Look at that
from our
picture.
mayor, just like we had on the other website. But this is a much more transparent way. We have all of your photos, names, and your email addresses right there for folks to contact you. And so it's a more transparent government, and I think that, it's really turned out really well for government under departments do administration. We have the same for us here, along with our phone numbers. So I think it's a big step into being, a more professional organization and a better website, more transparent, accountable to
Mr.
citizens.
Questenberry, question. Why does your photo look so much better than mine?
Paid extra for that. Any other questions? So we have our comprehensive plan, zoning documents. For permits and applications, just say,
PDF.
a sign up at your business. You can find that right here. You want to see the comprehensive plan for the town. We went through, that's the process here, and we have the adopted plan, so on and so forth. And then we have, Julie, I think like almost a decade of, we do 5 years of minutes.
5 years of minutes.
Yes, we have up to 5 years of things on there. We, of course, have the records here.
So places to eat, places to shop, don't skip that.
Sure. So we do have our Parks and Rec tab now that we actually have multiple facilities.
Nice.
We have Christmastown Community Market. Yeah, let's go to, we'll do places to eat. So, towards in here, we have everything up to date as much as we can with all of our, we do non-chain only. So these are our locally owned folks here. But yeah, and then services, we'll probably change that to town, but you can submit a request or concern. We have our staff directory. And this, we've actually already had one for
Town books.
the Town Bucks program that we'll talk about. Somebody asked, when is that going to start? What can we do? And then we have a full staff directory along with our council members here on this page, even our part-time folks.
Awesome.
So I think it's a good new website and the newest in the region, and we're really happy to have it. I just wanted to go through it briefly with you. Any questions on anything?
It looks nice. Looks user friendly.
Yeah, I think so. We'll go over police department here.
Who's that guy?
Here we go. And then you can request an accident report, talk about the ride-along program. Well, actually, this is new that we put on the website, a property check. So if you go on vacation, you just have to fill this out and we'll have police come by. However often, that you put on here. We have what your vehicles look like, emergency contact numbers. So that's something new we want our residents to use. If you're going away for a week, please fill this property check form out. Yeah, just wanted to do a brief run through. Any more questions?
Any questions, council?
Yeah, it looks nice.
Very nice. Very
Like
nice.
the look?
Thank you all.
Nice.
Item number 3, enterprise zone expiration update. So we, town staff, recently submitted our enterprise zone renewal application for Warsaw. According to DHCD records, businesses within the town and Richmond County have received just shy of $1 million in state incentives in just 5 years, making it the most vital tool in our arsenal for economic development efforts, with town businesses accounting for about, well over 800,000 of that number. The application was arduous, and we learned that we were the only locality to request an extension. So it used to be the northern neck zone that encompassed Westmoreland, Northumberland, Lancaster, Richmond County, and Warsaw. In partnership with Richmond County, we were the only ones to apply. So that would, if approved, leave us, we're really the only locality in like a 25 county region that would have the enterprise zone incentive.
So let's say our application were looked upon favorably. Would it be renewed for the entire realm of jurisdictions that it was, or just what we had here in our locality?
Yep, just the town and the county.
Just the town locality, that's excellent. Okay.
Yep, for a 5-year period. And sort of how it works really quickly, I'll use the old KFC building. So the folks from Dairy Queen purchased it, and if you're fixing up an existing building, once you spend $100,000, anything that 20 cents on the dollar above that, you get back from the state. They do cap it at $100,000. So I think they got back around $88,000 and some change. Ace Hardware got back $88,000. I know China Inn got back about 90 or just shy of that. Gregory Packett, I think, where Finn and Pearl and all that is, he got back a chunk of money. So it's really been utilized, and I think they said we make up the lion's share of the Northern Neck's, allocation that's been issued.
And this is not approved by the General Assembly?
The program is, no, our application renewal will be approved by the department staff that we have a good relationship with.
And what agency is this?
Department of Housing and Community Development.
Okay.
So we're excited. As soon as we find something out, we will let y'all know. But as of right now, we're banking on hopefully to keep that incentive.
And kudos that you all did it.
Thank you. We were sort of surprised that no one else did.
It would make us highly unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. Item number 4, this is sort of a big deal. We're excited for it. The Town Bucks program. So within our budget line of economic development, we created a Town Bucks program that allocates $25 vouchers per household for up to 300 households within the town and the county to be able to use at, it's actually 27 businesses within our community for the holidays. And then the actual, what the bucks will look like are on the page right, a couple pages behind that. So we will have that, and you could come pick them up right here at Town Hall, Tuesday, October 22nd, from 3 until 6. So again, that's Tuesday, October 22nd, from 3 until 6 p.m. And that's $25 per household. And we'll have the staff lined up here at laptops, and we're ready to hand out some town bucks.
Joseph, I wonder if you could explain, I think council overall is very excited about the program, right?
Yep.
But if you could just talk to the logic of why it's opened up to household individuals that live in the town and the county versus just the town.
Fair question. So when we kept having staff meetings and discussing it, and the spirit of this program is to help our local businesses. They said that they had seen a drop-off last year when the county books went away. So we put our thinking cap on, and we thought, we have 30 or 40,000 in that line item. Let's take 25% of it and start this program. And, we just didn't feel like it was the right thing to, stop at an arbitrary boundary that somebody literally 30 seconds from town limits that does all their shopping just about in the town to not be able to participate in the program. Plus, at 300 households, I don't know that if we just did the town, I really don't know that we would be able to give out 300. I think participation might be like 175, 180. And so we thought it showed a spirit of goodwill that, we lead by example and cooperation. We care about the community as a whole, and that county folks shop at town businesses and support them.
I have a couple of questions. When you did it in conjunction with the county, how many of those were given out?
Oh, gosh.
Or just a ballpark figure, more than 300?
Theirs are $50. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Because what I'm worried about, when I saw this, and first of all, I'd rather we heard about it before it was, I had questions asked before I even saw it was on Facebook. Okay, and I hate to get hit like that. Second thing is, I want to make sure all of our town people get theirs first. I wish we had the date before the rest of them to make sure that everyone in town, because this comes from their taxes. And I know, some people would rather you just take them $5 a month off their garbage rather than, get this. I know what it's an incentive, business incentive.
Yeah.
But if for some reason we have families in town that 300 are given out and they come in and want it, I don't think that's not right. We should take care of our town citizens first, and then if the county, if you want to spend that much. But I'm personally, I like the idea of giving it to our town people, but just to open it up and make it available to everybody all at one time, and we miss out on some. I'm not in favor of that.
And this is a first time, so that's definitely a note that we'll take for next time, and we can workshop and have a council maybe work session and work on it. That was an argument we kept going back and forth too internally with a bunch of our staff, and at the end of the day, when we looked at it, economic development, you really talk about like meals tax, business license fees, and I just felt like we'd be remiss to not do that. And then we thought about county bucks, and they included the town residents, which they are also county residents, I understand. But absolutely noted, and we will, if y'all want to continue the program next year, we'll check into changing that, or talking about that.
So maybe what we should do is, the program's here, it's going to happen. So we have this, we do a good postmortem, take the vice mayor's comments, and we kind of look and see what we can do for next year. I think it'll be a popular program. I'm sure it'll be a popular program. But maybe some of the comments the vice mayor has is something that's worthy of looking. I like the idea of opening up the pickup on a day earlier or so for town residents first. That's kind of easy to do, I would think.
Yeah.
So,
We can do that.
okay. Anybody else have?
And you say they're gonna be on computers, so what are you using to make it legit that they're either town or county resident?
Yeah, that's a fair question. So Missy and I, we volunteered all the other times at the County Bucks. So they use a Google Doc that we'll all have up, and so it'll populate. And so we take the form of ID and then pair it up with the Google Doc that's active, and we can see if we enter in an address, it'll pop up with another one of the addresses. So I know when I did County Bucks, I had to ask about 5 or 6 folks. I had to tell them you're not going to get any because your grandma already came in, or your wife already came in, and they always made you feel really bad. But we
So if 2 different
Kinda.
households are living in the same address, they only get.
yeah, you can have 10 people in the same address. It's just the one per household. Yeah,
And this is just one pickup day and one pick?
yeah. For this initial rollout, and if it's one of those that we, out of 300, we still have 120 left over, we'll probably do another day, and so we can make sure we get everybody.
How is select the ones, the 4 or whatever get the $100 ones? Is it-
Y'all are going to out of like a raffle. We'll have everybody that,
Okay,
yeah, y'all are going to pull it out of like a
so
raffle.
it's gonna be,
Out of the names that picked up
Okay.
their vouchers.
Yeah. So we thought it'd be a fun thing for council, like y'all get to like pick the names out, and yeah.
well, that's fair.
Anything else? Any other comments?
I would suggest just that when we pick the names, that there are town residents, just put town residents' names in there
Okay.
for the $100.
That works. That's easy enough. Yeah, we won't have a problem with that.
All right. Healthy Harvest Food Bank Tour.
Yes, Ms. Coates and I had the pleasure of touring the Healthy Harvest Food Bank, not band, facilities this month. And we're amazed what an asset this is to our community. Mr. Hazard and Ms. Cole did a great job of showing us their operations, educational facilities, et cetera. Their main concern or impetus for the meeting stemmed from water and sewer fees, which were, working with them on a solution to meter their influent to our plant versus their water consumption, so that we can assure the fairest billing possible. We're also working with them on a volunteer day where our staff members will volunteer there in lieu of working that day. So we look forward to working with them on that initiative in the future. So their concern is with the hydroponics and such, a good portion of their water does not get treated at the plant. And so they just wanted to ensure they got very fair billing, and I think that's a fair thing to request. So I think the solution is that they were going to meter some of their lines, and then we can measure if they had 100,000 gallons, that's a lot, and that's not what it is, but 100,000 come in and only 50 going out, we can try to tweak the sewer bills to be just the 50 to try to help them out. Because we want to be fair, and they do a great thing for our community, and so we're just waiting on them to put those meters in.
I hate to keep bringing it, because I did read through this thing. There's two things I have with that. We have people in town that need to get another well that wanted to water their lawn.
Yeah.
They get that break
Yeah.
on that. Is there any way they can monitor what goes to the hydroponics and what goes to everything else? And
That's
separate
sort
it?
of, yeah, the meters would be the way we would do it. They would be outside, so we won't have to go in the building or anything. So that's how we can measure, one, when the water comes in, and then the back of the building where the effluent goes out, we can measure it there to try to meter. So 100,000 again, only 50 going out. So yeah, it's sort of the same premise. The irrigation meter, we didn't think was really appropriate because it is doing more than watering, the lawns and stuff. So they said they liked that idea, and we did too. And so we'll just work with our public works crew on it. And
the other thing is, I like the idea of having, if they go work for, not, nonprofit, whatever, volunteer work, but I don't like it where this is the only place they can do it at.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of businesses do that. They give their people, 1 day or 2 days a year they can work somewhere, as long as it's, within the community and for, not for a business, but a nonprofit. And I'd rather see it be opened up for them to choose where they want to do it, rather than just
Yeah.
have to go there.
I think that's great. Yeah. We can,
Yeah, there's a few other initiatives we were working on with them too, with our community market and some of what they grow in their aquaponics building. So that was kind of what prompted us to talk about the volunteering, since they make or produce lettuce and vegetables and different things, that maybe we could partner when the community market is up and running. So that was.
You know, getting back to this irrigation meter, we had talked about this some years back. Because we had some people put in private wells unbeknown, because they wanted it for irrigation. And the problem we run into is, one little concern is cross connections.
Yeah.
That is a tremendous concern with irrigation coming on the same meter as the potable water. We can't have that.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous precedent to set, because if the water pressure dropped, then what's in those lines could easily siphon back into our lines. And if you got irrigation lines and that type of stuff, you've got fertilizers, you've got pesticides, everything that's in that ground that could come back. So in doing this, you gotta be extremely careful. You gotta put in backflows that will prevent it on the irrigation lines.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not a simple task of just having two pipes coming off the meter, one's going to irrigation, one's going to the potable water.
That's why we told them we need to find a way to measure the
simplest way
inflow
is
coming
put
into the plant. Yeah.
with the adequate backflow prevention, visible backflow, so you know if something happened, you could see what's going on.
Yeah.
I know at school, we had to put in tremendous big backflow preventers, so in case something happened, it could not get back into that potable water line.
Okay. All right.
Fair point.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Factory tour.
Yep. So we being town, county, and PDC officials, recently toured a regional factory in hopes of having them relocate to Warsaw. We're currently working with VEDP on an incentive package and hope to provide updates in the near future. But it would be about a total of 45 jobs. I think the average salary was $30 an hour. So it was a good thing.
Was the concept of moving the factory here or consolidating more than one factory here?
I think moving it here.
Moving the one? Okay.
Yeah. A newer, larger facility.
And you working with, who you said, VEDP?
Yes, Virginia Economic Development Partnership.
And we toured also, we had the county with us?
County Administrator, Missy and I, Jerry Davis at the PDC, and then the factory folks, and then we're reaching out to VEDP.
I think this would be a huge win for the town and the county and for the region to get this here. I think that the town, the county, the planning district, and everyone needs to work really hard. This is not one you want to slip away.
Expand on for us that don't know what you're,
Yeah, so this factory is located in Tappahannock, and it produces the robotics that produce pallets. So this would be a high-tech factory that produces the robotics to be sold to the producers in the world that make pallets. And that's what this would be.
where is it in Tappahannock now?
Near the airport, the old airport
Okay,
road. Yeah, down in that big industrial
okay.
area.
Is it down where, Cannon used to be?
Yeah, I think it
Okay.
is. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, more to hear about that. Trunk or treat.
Yes, so upcoming events, number one is Trunk or Treat, and that will be held at, by the Warsaw Richmond County Main Street Program on Thursday, October 31st from 5 till 7 at the town park. Both our office staff and I will be handing out candy on behalf of the town, which is what we usually do. And our chief of police will be there probably with his wife, I think, handing out candy on behalf of the police department. And so we hope to see a large crowd once again. It's one of my favorite things, and so I'm excited to participate.
The kiddies turn out for that.
It really is mind-boggling when you look down and half of Main Street has kids lined up. Yeah, it's, how many pounds of candy did we purchase? 100 pounds of candy.
Wow.
And dog treats, so bring your dogs too. Yeah. You wouldn't think you would go through it, and then it's gone, so, yeah.
So Warsaw Fest, it's parade time.
Yep, so that's this Saturday from 9 till 4, also at the town park. Again, please visit the Chamber of Commerce page for more details. Then a free concert will be held by, actually their last concert, I realized, ever, I think, as a group, by Blackthorn Shillelagh will follow the event at Oyster Shoals. Again, I know you got the emails, but town staff and council members must be at Town Hall prior to 1:25 to board the parade float. And then please park here at Town Hall. We'll have spaces available. And the float looks really, really nice. Public Works and our office staff have done a really phenomenal job. Best one yet. So,
So is this the parade I need to wear my Santa suit, or is that the next one?
you know, you just do what you think is best for them. That's whichever one you'd like.
I've got one
Speaking,
this year for the vice mayor as well.
what's that?
Santa suit.
Okay. I'm okay with that. Speaking of Santa, Christmas Town will be held on Saturday, December 14th from 1 until 9. The Main Street program will be holding a night parade at 6 p.m. on their normal parade route on that same day. And I will be making a Christmas Town presentation at next month's meeting. But this will be probably the biggest one ever by a lot. It's going to be on a Saturday. We're going to have a parade. We actually have more rides. It's going to be, I think, really, really fun. We're looking
Bigger
forward to
every
it.
year.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to it. And then the last
Can we
thing,
have some snow? Can you make it snow, please?
we have the 2 snow machines.
No, I'm talking about, we want
Okay.
the Hallmark.
You're
thing.
Santa. You work on that. Let us know.
Just ruined my childhood.
I'm so sorry. Last reminder, election reminder. This is a reminder that town elections will be held during the state and national election day on Tuesday, November 5th. And details for town residents are as follows. Town resident voting area is at the public meeting room. That's at 101 Court Circle. And that runs from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m.
And early voting has started at the registrar's office, right?
Yep, that's correct. And that is all I have for my report.
Council, do we have any further questions for our town manager? All right. Moving on to our police report. Chief Peterson.
Sir, good evening, everyone. Everybody should have a copy of the activity report for the month of September, 1 through 3. Total calls of service is 277, 123 traffic stops with 33 warnings. Interesting fun fact, in the traffic stops for the month of September is we issued 25 distracted driving tickets, which is a lot for a small town. Distracted driving, handheld devices, texting and driving, things like that. So good work on the officers out there paying attention to that, because that's what causes a lot of our crashes. Speaking of crashes, we had several crashes for the month of September. One was related to the traffic diet. This person decided they were going to use the center lane as a passing lane and cut it short and clipped the car they were cutting in front of. So careless driving, not due to the traffic diet. They just got impatient and decided it was a passing lane, not a turning lane. Upcoming events, Warsaw Fest. We have a very comprehensive safety action plan as far as law enforcement is concerned, and working in conjunction with our law enforcement partners, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. VSP will not be able to be with us this weekend because Colonial Beach has their Bike Fest, which has pretty much all the resources tied up along with the national security event going on in another part of the state. We did start a donation drive. I think everybody has seen that. We extended that till Sunday. Trailer's pretty loaded up, so we'll close it out on Sunday and make a journey either Monday or Tuesday. John Napier with Napier Construction stopped by today and dropped off 20 cases of water and a bunch of other stuff to load it up. He also donated the trailer since ours was tied up. So pretty successful, pretty proud of that. I did reach out to the chief of police and the sheriff all down in the Damascus area, and they told us exactly what they needed. So that's what we put together. That's great. Besides hope, that's like people.
He's done a good job of turning out then.
Yes.
Good deal.
Yes, very, very happy. And I keep posting that, and that's why we kept extending it so we could fill up that 7x12 trailer. We do have 2 new hires that started this week, a full-time, Joseph Hayes, who comes to us from New York. New York, meaning he did live here before. He was a Colonial Beach police officer, decided to go in the civilian world, his family's up from New York and said, hey, I want to get back in law enforcement, and decided to join our team. Very excited to have him aboard. I'll have him here at the next town council meeting so you can see him in person. And then we have a part-timer, Zach Hughes, who is a former sheriff's deputy with Northumberland County. He was there back only 10 years, decided he wanted to go to the civilian sector. Very much loves this civilian sector job, but misses law enforcement as well. So we'll use him for events and fill in the gaps. Last month, we did send 2 officers to training. One was Detective Level 1, we sent Officer Boynton to, so she got a good 1-week training on how to do investigations and things like that. And then we sent Officer Carson to train the trainer, alert training. Alert trainings for the civilian side for active shooter response training. So we have an instructor on staff, and I've already reached out to some local businesses to get in there and train their team on how to act, because it's for any business, and then reached out to the school board superintendent as well, should they would request any of that training.
Outstanding.
So, good stuff. We also are supporting Biker Fest tomorrow. Colonial Beach asked for some mutual aid assistance. We're sending 2 officers there to assist. In return, they're sending 2 officers to us for Christmas Town. Other than that, I think I hit all the highlights. Put in your questions.
Any questions for the good chief?
Do you need anything?
Yes. No, everything is good. We get so much support. I love it. I love it.
don't know if it's maybe a good time to bring it up now, or maybe with a new business, but I've noticed, with the new traffic signs or the new traffic patterns, all I see is right at the end of where the 2 lanes come into one is take turns merging. I would think that VDOT, or would thought that VDOT would have something maybe closer back, maybe next to where the school zone ends on the high school end, something to give people a little more warning, maybe another one down maybe by before Dollar General, to give people warning that the left lane ends, to merge right, not take turns merging right as the lane ends. I don't know if that's a VDOT thing or something
That is,
the police department has.
Yeah, we've voiced concerns to David Beal with VDOT regarding that. So they'll revisit, I think once the road diet's complete, they'll revisit new signage or extra, more, whatever. He's gonna consult with me
Okay.
also.
So question for the chief, and I'm not complaining about the road diet, but just that where it says take turns merging, then who's to blame then if there's no merge left or merge right? If there's an accident there, how do you know who's at fault?
We brought that up too in my email.
so from a law enforcement perspective, I mean, it's gonna have to use best judgment. If somebody's speeding up to come in instead of slowing down, right? Everybody's supposed to slow down, take turns, be courteous, all those things. But if somebody's acting like a jackwagon and just, pressing forward, and then that causes a crash.
Which is normally the people in the left lane.
Say again?
Which is normally the people in the left lane.
Correct. Like I saw.
I'm just putting it out there,
I saw a
man.
semi-truck.
Everybody's like 20 cars deep on the right, and then 2 people come, and then they
hit the
almost hit
launch
somebody.
button. See, there was 60 time minutes to
That's
try
my
to
only
get it.
complaint of the whole thing.
So we observed, actually I sat out there for about an hour this morning observing that traffic this afternoon. I'm not sure what time of the day it was, but I actually saw a semi-truck doing that. Not sure if you didn't see the big yellow signs or not. Signs have been an issue. As Missy said, we have expressed that to VDOT, and they're supposed to be taking a look into it. Signs on both sides, like, hey, there's just 2 signs here that says merge politely or nicely or take turns, but it's not soon enough. Because actually, I fell for that one too, because I forgot, oh crap, it's a diet, and then we're shrinking in. So back to your original question is, that would just have to be a determination we made on witness statements and things like that. I mean, if people are doing everything that they're supposed to, you're not gonna crash into each other.
Thank you.
Anything else for the chief?
Great question.
All right. Moving on, thank you, chief.
Thank you.
Public Works report, just come on up.
Good evening.
I'll start with the treatment plan. Average daily inflow for September was 186,200, decrease of 11,300. Maximum influence was 204,000, decrease of 21,400. For September, the effluent total nitrogen was 2.72 milligrams per liter. Average effluent total phosphorus concentration was 0.28 milligrams per liter. Treatment plant sand filter compressor motor went bad, so fixed that and returned it to service. Moving on to the water department. Attached, you will find another water loss report for the month of September. It is also at a 2% water loss. Staff also completed state-selected bacteria samples. All results came back absent. We began work on the upcoming Warsaw Fest parade float, and we have since finished it. Moving on to the refuse. For the month of August, town staff made 18 trips to the landfill, totaling 143.19 tons of trash. Lastly, Public Works Maintenance assisted with Monday and Thursday residential trash pickup, replaced all summer banners with fall, replaced all hanging baskets with winter plantings, and preparing for Warsaw Fest and decorating town for fall.
Just a couple questions. On the water loss report, I just don't know. Is 2% an average number? Is that a good number, a bad number?
Fantastic number.
That's a fantastic number.
Yes. If we're below 5%, we're really good. Some of that could be because of old meters and they're just not reading the amount of water that's going through them. And if we're 7-10%, then we need to stop looking.
Okay. Thank you for that. 18 trips for trash, is that about average?
No. 143 tons is crazy to me, really. Compared to the month of July was like, what, 110, 120?
Okay.
So it's tending to be going up.
Yeah, it is what? It's a big jump.
Yes. I don't know. More people shop online.
What is it they say you can base the economy on trash collection? It's like an old saying, economy's doing well, they collect more trash. It's true, really. Yeah. It's
Okay.
interesting.
Council, do you have any questions for Jessica?
Great report.
You asking?
And it was.
Every month.
I just, no.
How'd you forget?
No, because he told me last month that they
You
are
need
ready,
everything, anything.
and I believe them. They are ready. They can handle anything that comes our way this winter.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jesse.
All right, committee
a staple,
reports.
man.
Did any council
staple,
committees
everybody.
meet? I don't think so. Okay, planning commission, Mary Beth?
No.
Nothing to report there. Northern Neck Regional Jail report, Mr. Vice Mayor?
Yeah, you got a breakdown of the housing by vicinity they came from. At the meeting, we were informed that they had a surprise inspection from the health department in the kitchen area during preparation and distribution of meals, and they had found no major problems. In fact, they were told how well they prepared food and got it out to people while it's still hot, so that was good to hear. Then we had a presentation from Captain Luna about the transportation of prisoners, the amount of people that they have working there, the number of vans. They're always looking for some more to use, but what stood out for me is people think that the people they carry around are right around here. They're taking the, Heathville, they're taking the Kilmarnock or someplace like that, but he says they go as far, because North Carolina, part of that is what we get prisoners, federal prisoners from there, Marshal Service. I think you believe he said it was Greenville, North Carolina, Jonathan, or Greenville?
We go to Raleigh, we go to Durham, and Greensboro. Yes.
And then he said it's far.
Sometimes in a day's time, and every day we have at least 5 vans on the road. One going south, one going to Richmond, one going to Baltimore, one going to Norfolk, one to DC. On Mondays we have airlifts going to Pennsylvania, and I know he's told you we've gone as far north as Maine, as far south as Florida, and as far west as Indiana.
Houston, I think it goes far north, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania or something. But anyways, it's one of the things that we do for the Marshal Service that keeps us in good standing with them, and was one of the things that helped us in raising the amount of money we get from them for each prisoner that they just did the last couple months.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Council, any questions for our Vice Mayor? All right. The American Rescue Plan Act, Mr. Quessenberry.
Yes, if you take a look at the budget, we're getting close to having expended all of our funds. So again, we were allocated a total of $1,541,750. Total dispersed to date is $1,424,298.11. And if you see the lion's share of that is in the upper bracket for the TAP project, $200,000, and then in the lower bracket for part 2 of the TAP project, $463,119. So again, with the deadline running out and with these expenses coming in, town staff decided to just push forward with covering this sidewalk project and getting that handled. That leaves us right now with the remaining balance of $117,451.89. And I met with the mayor earlier and we discussed taking, since it's a sort of small amount of funds relative to the total allocation, and just earmarking that for the community market with, since that's starting to ramp up and we're seeing some progress with that. So right now, there's already $69,252.56 in the community market line item. We would, I guess, talk about pulling in the $41,465.97 from well replacement and putting that towards the community market as well.
Council, have any questions on the rescue plan? Okay. 1.5 million, that's quick.
Yeah.
It don't take long, does it?
No. Okay, going to old business, update on 74 Main.
Yep. 74 Main Street, the asbestos removal is complete. The county, we have a building permit, official building permit with the county. The HVAC units have been purchased and or ordered, and we are working on our initial reimbursement request to USDA. So things are progressing. You'll probably see a little more movement at the building now that we have our building permit and the asbestos is clear. So, any questions on 74 Main?
No? All right, the bounds.
Okay, our permit has been officially closed out with DEQ. We are working on our final reimbursement request to SLAF, to the final grant funds. I think it totals about $100,000, which we should not have a problem obtaining those. And we're looking forward to closing that out because it's been a long time coming. But I think things look great. We are in the process of putting some extra electrical at the bounds, for Christmastown and other events. Maybe we can host some things down there and light everything up.
All right, any questions on the bounds? A lot of people are using it.
Looks nice down there, looks good.
It's unbelievable how many people use the bounds for homecoming.
Photos.
I know.
Oh my
It's a great
gosh.
photo op.
We did that for
It
Tristan.
was unreal. We gotta remember next year to cut the grass.
What were they working on down there today? I saw a bunch of electrical trucks and stuff.
That's what I was just saying. We're putting in extra electrical panels so that we can put up, for Christmas lights or for events like Christmastown. We plan to have some attractions down there, and so it'll just make it easier to light everything up and make it safe and, future use too. I think it'll be a good plan.
Yeah. Make it a real festival type location that, yeah.
Yeah, there's so many,
Great idea.
there's so much potential down there.
Oh, yes, yeah,
Right, there is.
yeah.
All right, VDOT TAP project.
Yeah, the punch list is just about complete. I got a report, the contractor, M&F, they just have a few items to tend to at this point. We have gotten a final pay request from them, and we're currently waiting on our reimbursement from VDOT for, I think, the last 3. I didn't realize that to have land donations is just a rarity, so we kind of threw them off a little bit as well. They're not used to having land donations. So it made the percentages change a little bit, so we will be getting a little bit more money back because of that, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. Any questions on TAP? Well replacement project.
And as far as the well, I know last time we discussed that we've kind of put things on the back burner just a tad. We do have time. We wanted to get some of our projects closed out, like the TAP project and the bounds. So in January, we plan to go full steam ahead with getting that underway. Joseph, did you have anything else to add?
Did DEQ put a limit, a time frame on drilling that well?
We still have like 2 more years.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So we know we need to get started.
Yeah, because
So the engineering's done, but that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. DHCD housing project update.
We did have a meeting last week. Things are progressing. The project should be put out to bid, I think, in November. Is that what, Jerry? I'm
yeah.
having a hard time. Yeah. So we did determine with the 2 substantial rebuilds that should go fairly quickly, as they typically they do stick-built homes, but we feel we'll be going with modular. We'll be taking bids on some modular homes just to make the process. It's been, I guess, about a year now since the recipients put in their applications, so we need to kind of move the process along. So we'll be getting those bids in November.
Okay. Any questions, council? All right. New business, we have the Housing Rehabilitation Board appointment of members.
Yes, so you can see a pretty substantial packet of information here. I just wanted to include that for your review, that we have signed the contract with an inspector and with the Northern Neck Planning District Commission. So the PDC will be the project administrator, and the rehab specialist will be TN Construction Group, LLC, out of Fredericksburg. And yes, I included all this just for your knowledge, since we've been working on it for quite a while. If you scroll a little bit to the back of that, there's a resolution here for the appointment of a housing rehab board. This is required by DHCD, and the only person I have not got to speak with yet is Councilmember Forrest, which don't have to be on there. We just thought, you know, a lot about stuff like that, and we put your name on there. So right now we have, they do want elected members from the governing body, they want town staff, and then they want the building inspector. So the 5 folks that we are proposing to you all for the rehab board is Mayor Phelps, Councilmember Forrest, myself, Ms. Coates, and then Clay Woolard, the Richmond County Building Inspector. So this will have to be adopted tonight, if possible.
All right. Council, you heard the reasons why and what the resolution required. Is there any discussion? Anyone happy with the choices? Does anyone want to bump me and take over?
No.
I'm having my name's not on it. So I move that we approve this resolution and these people to that position.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
I'm abstaining from voting for myself.
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
I abstain, because,
All those opposed? And we have 1 abstain.
yes.
Okay.
Thank you all.
All right, let's do a good job. All right, EIP application, schedule Economic Development Committee meeting.
Yes, so we wanted to include this in your packet for your review, but we need to get the Economic Development Committee to meet. We can schedule that now, or we can, I could send something out in an email to the members.
Yeah, send an email, that way I can check, since I'm the chair, let me check my schedule. I keep a big old calendar at work, so if that's cool with y'all.
So you want me to defer setting that day now, but send out an email tomorrow and.
Send an
get with
email
you? Is that-
tomorrow,
works for
that way
y'all?
I can look at my,
Well, here are the materials for you to look at, and this would go in, it's not 88 Main, is it? No, it's.
this is 84, this is 84.
Yeah, it's 84.
It's 84, but it's.
Which one's 84?
The actual GIS has 88.
Okay, so 84 Main Street. I know you've worked with Ms. Croxton for a little bit.
Is that the one that's
This
vacant
will be
right now,
for the-
empty, 2-story?
Right next door to our community market building.
And the
Yeah,
karate.
okay, yep,
Yeah.
okay,
Karate
cool.
and that.
Hummingbird Learning Center, LLC. Child Care Center, funded through social services, child care subsidy program, and out-of-pocket child care fees for if parents don't qualify for the program. I think it's going to be a nice little child care.
And they're looking to go into 84 Main?
Yeah, they have signed a lease. They have signed a 2-year lease. They're working on getting all their certification, because of course there's a lot with social services, and the health department. So they're working on all that now, but they have, like I said, signed a lease.
So it says 88 Main.
That is the actual GIS address.
I'm sorry. Okay.
There's like 3, it's rather odd.
That's
Three
not
addresses
really-
for that one building.
Okay, got
Yes,
it.
there are, so I'm not sure why, but I've always known it as 84 Main.
Okay.
So it will be the front though, like where you
Okay.
walk in the front. They've just redone the porch and everything.
Yeah.
And there is a handicap accessible new porch on the back as well.
Okay.
So there's a commercial space up top, which is Child's Insurance Agency.
Yeah.
Correct.
Bottom front will be possibly this.
Yes.
And there's a back office.
It's just the bottom floor would be one.
Yeah.
It must be one.
Right, the ADA, the handicap accessible entrance is in the
got you.
back, which had to be
Is there
updated.
still residential upstairs?
There is, there's also an apartment.
upstairs too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a little confused there.
Yeah, there's a lot, there's actually a lot more than you realize in the building.
All right.
I'll send that email out to everybody.
All right, so we'll stay tuned for that. Okay. And C, the business loan application for Teresa's Nails. This was a last-minute item that hit the office. This normally would go in front of the Economic Development Committee first. Jonathan, I apologize, I didn't see any harm. We got it today.
Yeah, it just came in today, it looks
Go ahead
like.
and include
Okay,
it
too.
tonight, so
Yep.
forgive me, committee. But Joseph, you want to speak to this?
Yeah, sure. Thank you all. So you generously did allocate, I think, with the beautification grant, $2,500 last month.
We did.
And so the total description of work, again, is the $21,408. They did meet with town staff and said that they really need assistance bridging that gap, and that they wanted to be proud of their building, and they wanted to be a part of the revitalization of Warsaw, and they wanted theirs to be one of the nicer ones on Main Street. And so we thought, we love hearing that, and this is a loan, and it's in our revolving loan fund. Right now, we have almost $17,000. It's like $16,680 or something to lend out. So they were asking for a $10,000 loan over a 5-year period at the 3% interest rate, which is the lowest that we can provide per state rules and guidelines. And so here's this in front of you. Again, Teresa's Nails asking for $10,000 over 5 years at the 3% interest rate.
So council, we talked about it last month, and so this is another economic development incentive that we can provide, which is a low interest loan, which has all the teeth of any loan that a bank would do, right? And these are administered through the Northern Neck Planning District for us, so they have expertise in this. So is there any discussion?
Well, this is what our program was set up for, to help our businesses. We have the money in there. This loan follows like all our other loans that we have given. So if there's no more discussion, I'll make the motion that we grant this business loan.
So we can circumvent the economic group for agreeing, because we don't have all those members here.
Technically, yes.
Okay.
That's a good question. The state guidelines, thank you for asking that, do allow for it really just to be an action of council. Yes, good question, thank you.
Have we ever done both the business loan and the $2,500? Like, have we ever done that for
Oh,
any
yeah,
business doing
y'all
both?
just did with Relish.
Cool. I
Is
just
that
want to make
right?
sure,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
matches what we've done in the past.
Yeah.
All right, if there's no other questions, we have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay.
Thank you all.
Only if in the banking world loans happen that easy, Rebecca.
Now what?
Council, we do have reason to go into closed session for a prospective business to discuss. Mr. Vice Mayor, would you be so kind?
Mayor, I'd like to Move to go into closed session under 2.2-3711A5, dealing with prospective business.
All right, council, we have a motion from our vice mayor. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll step out for just a bit, we'll be as quick as